Hi everyone, I'm Anne-Marie from brambleberry.com. I'm here to show you how to make an easy recipe that uses buttermilk, pumpkin puree, and pumpkin spice fragrance. It's perfect, well, for any time of the year, but especially fall. Even though this recipe has a ton of extra ingredients in it, it's actually suitable for beginners. So if you're just starting out, get a couple batches under your belt, but then this one actually really works well because it's all one color. There's no layering, there's no swirling. It's just really chock full of skin-loving ingredients like cocoa butter, buttermilk, pumpkin puree, and some beautiful natural clays. So let's go ahead and get started on this. So I've got my oils here already mixed, already melted. This is my pumpkin puree, and interestingly enough, the pumpkin puree does have a lot of liquid in it, so I've done a little bit of a water discount to take that into account. I also have the perfect amount of my clays and my titanium dioxide. In this case, the pumpkin spice fragrance from brambleberry.com does discolor just a little, and so what we want to do with it is add the titanium dioxide, which is a natural whitening agent to help stop or, well, really soften that discoloration. Now, there's nothing wrong with brown soap at all, but the idea of pumpkin makes you think orange. And so a little bit of titanium dioxide is gonna help us in this final recipe color. Pumpkin spice fragrance is, of course, based on, well, the ubiquitous pumpkin spice that everybody knows and loves with vanilla and nutmeg and cinnamon, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of spices, and of course, pumpkin, which is an interesting fragrance, right? Because what does a pumpkin really smell like? This smells amazing in soap. I can't wait for you to use it. So now it's time to suit up for safety. With soap making, it's always important that you wear gloves, closed-toed shoes, long pants, and most important is the eye protection. And some people even prefer like a full face mask when they're soap making. Make sure your kids are in the other room, pets also in the other room. It takes probably about 45-ish minutes from start to finish. So give yourself at least an hour to kind of start, stop, prep, make the soap, and clean up. This recipe does move pretty quickly once it starts going, and that's because we've got these beautiful clays in there, the titanium dioxide also, and there's a water discount. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my clays in here and my titanium dioxide just directly to this oil rather than having it pre-mixed in a little bit of oil because, well, this is the perfect amount for the recipe, and so it's not like I'm just adding a little bit and needing to see, like, is this a good color or not. My titanium dioxide is a little clumpy down there though, so I'm gonna try and get that out. Actually, that is not titanium dioxide, that is all the buttermilk powder. Buttermilk is so enriching for skin. I love it in this recipe because A, it goes really well with the concept of pumpkin spice and pumpkin puree, but also the buttermilk is really chock full of ingredients that our skin loves to help keep it moist and supple. So now that all my dry ingredients are in my oil, I'm just gonna give it a stick blend to work through any of the clumps. Ah, that is such a pretty color. Now I've experimented adding my pumpkin puree at thin trace versus now. You can add it now. I like to add it at thin trace. It doesn't really matter all that much. I'm gonna add my fragrance last. Since it is a spice, it can accelerate trace just a little bit. So I wanna get to just the thinnest of traces, add my pumpkin puree, and then do my fragrance, and then pour really quickly. This whole process moves pretty fast. So again, if you're a new soaper, just kind of be looking for that trace. You want to start pouring before you get to medium trace because by the end of this, the soap really hardens up so fast so you might end up with, well, thicker soap that you end up having to glop in rather than be able to like pour evenly. I did use a little bit of sodium lactate in my lye water, kind of like always, because it helps with releasing the soap from the molds more quickly. And now I'm just gonna add my pumpkin puree, the whole thing, just glop it. And then I'm going to just get all of it in there. And then I'm gonna trap the pumpkin puree underneath my blender so that way I get all of that pumpkin puree really mixed in there really well. And then now it's time to add, I'm already at it's a thin trace. It's a legit good thin trace though. And then I'm just gonna add my pumpkin spice fragrance. I'm just gonna hand stir just a little bit and then give it one more stick blend. Before pouring. This is a really nice, this isn't even quite to medium trace. But remember, by the time I'm done, this should be it should start thickening up pretty fast because of that clay. And now it's time to start pouring. So just with both hands, because this is pretty heavy, I'm just gonna pour into here, and I'm gonna fill close to the, 7/8 of the way up. So close to the top. And so I'm pouring, almost all the way to the top actually. And I'm super annoyed right now because my hair is in my face and I can't see what I'm doing, but I can't stop this process. It does smell so good and it looks so much like cake batter. This is one of the reasons we don't want little kids around, because it's so tempting to want to just kind of stick your finger in and be like, what does that taste like? A little bit of soap left over, so I'm just gonna mound a little bit more, because you can do a couple different ways to finish these. So you can finish them flat, or you can finish them with little tiny kind of swirls. I kind of like the idea of doing swirls. Since this is a pretty simple recipe, it's kind of fun to do that. So I'm just mounding a little bit, and then I'll manipulate these a little bit more. And you can see how fast this is getting to trace. Again, that's that clay, it's the water discount, it's the titanium dioxide, it's kind of all of it working together. And now that this is basically out, but I think I'm just gonna spatula just a little bit more out. And then I will work on kind of manipulating the tops to get a fun design with this. Again, it's total personal preference. You could completely do these simple and flat and not kind of play around with it. But since the trace is so thick, it's really tempting to want to make peaks. So here I go. This is just literally, it is just a matter of kind of just weep and trying to see what you can make here. And so the ideal, I'm not the ideal with making these. Amanda at work is actually better than me at making these, because I tend to just kind of go all the way around and we do that, which is not what we want, because we want really more of a mounded look in the middle to get that kind of cool frosting swirl look. That's getting a little better. So just go ahead and do whatever you want to kind of finish yours off. I'm gonna just kind of keep playing with mine to get them to a consistency that is really fun and beautiful and swirled, but I also don't want the soap to go too far over the edges, because if it does, then you end up with kind of broken off soap, and nobody wants little tiny bits of broken off soap. It is really tempting to just keep messing with these. I'm not going to. I'm going to kind of put them away, but it's so tempting. It looks a lot like ice cream. My little sound engineer, Jameson, is here with me, my kiddo, and he just said, this looks like ice cream, and it so does. So even though this has milk in it, it is really tempting to be like, oh gosh, there's milk in it. I have to put this in the refrigerator to cool it down, so that way it doesn't go into like a really, really hot gel phase. This mold, since it's individual cavities, doesn't tend to retain heat all that much. So I'm just gonna leave this out after spraying it with 99% rubbing alcohol. And then these will be ready to pop out of the molds in like 3 to 5 days. Again, that pumpkin puree does add a lot of moisture to this. So even with the sodium lactate and the fact that it's a silicone mold, it's still gonna take a couple extra days to get these out and have really crisp edges. So I made these about 5 days ago, and you can see they are really hard and they're ready to pop out. I'm a little worried about just doing this because I'm kind of worried they're gonna come out, but we're doing well. So this Brambleberry silicone mold releases beautifully. It's a really nice, smooth consistency too, and so the bars always come out really shiny. Remember, this recipe does have a water discount, and so that really does help release this from the molds more easily and more cleanly, because that pumpkin puree almost acts a little bit like, well, water or a liquid in the soap, and so that naturally makes the soap just a little bit more soft. These smell amazing. I can smell the nutmeg, I can smell the cinnamon, I can of course smell those pumpkin notes in it, and the color really turned out fantastic. Those natural clays did a great job making it kind of look like inside of a pumpkin. So these bars will continue to darken just a little bit over the next 4 to 6 weeks, but that titanium dioxide is really going to work its magic and help keep these bars looking much lighter than had we not used it. Because remember, pumpkin spice is the discoloring fragrance. I'm just gonna keep popping these out. And you guys, when you make your projects, please hashtag them BrambleOn so we can all see what you're creating, get really inspired. And Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, what are you waiting for? Get notified every single time we come out with new tutorials and videos. Until next time, happy soaping!